my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I am a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a very exciting comeback reaction to the Maknae Dal of SM Entertainment, and we'll be reacting to aespa.
Yes, so aespa is back with a new song after the crazy hype that was Next Level, and it is called Savage. Obviously, we watched the teasers in advance, but before we head into watching the video, we did want to do a mini disclaimer. We're open to the first shot of the video right now, and I mean, based on the aespa concept too, we see that there are snakes in this. And for those of you who don't know, just like if we pull faces, like kind of upset looking faces, neither of us like snakes. There is like actual snake related trauma in this YouTube household. So it's nothing against them. It's just like, yeah. Snakes. But that being said, let's go! Blend whisper. Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Savage.
The like tech. It's very like vocal fry. Oh! Hello.
Right.
Her pants are really cool, like the...
Yeah. I thought they were CGI at first.
Oh? Yeah, they like look like video game characters, the outfits.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Like
it's like if you're in a chat room in a video game.
What?
Isn't that, I know. Savage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. I like how they added the voice on top though. Literally.
Kwangya.
역시.
The A.
Wait, were her eyes different colors in there?
I was reading the lyrics at that point.
It's a lot like... Oh, the background eyes are pretty. It's a lot like... darker.
Yeah. They're very like... I think I said in
Yeah, they are.
Black Mamba that they had like animalistic in their dancing, and this is back to that quality, which is different from Next Level.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Oh.
It's like a video game character. Like...
Oh! Oh.
That's cool that they're actually using them
Yeah.
instead of just like stand-in.
Oh!
Oh!
So did they pass all the levels and they won? Is that what happened in the video game? Oh?
What?
Eh?
It's their actors.
I know, but it's like a different animation.
Butterflies! There was a butterfly.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, damn, great moment.
That was a really cool camera.
Oh. Yeah, that like eye looking thing in the background the whole time has been freaking me out.
I'm just distracted by the snake around the perimeter. Kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
The eye,
yeah. That's dangerous. Oh yeah, I love how they like stay
stay so on concept in the lyrics.
What? What? What happened?
Wait for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, jumping right in, talking about the dance. I mentioned during the reaction that if you're going to talk about like style of dance, this one reminds me a lot more of Black Mamba rather than Next Level because it feels a little bit more animalistic, which like makes sense. The song is literally called Savage, and I feel like you see a lot more of the motifs from Black Mamba, like the music video especially, in this one as well. But I think it really just comes down to that quality of dance, and it's very snake-like, the same way that Black Mamba was very snake-like. Like there's the moments where they're literally slinking along the floor, and there's a lot of like dragging behind them, and it just feels a little bit more like forward, like they're sort of like on the prowl for something. And so I think that's really interesting. In a similar fashion, something about it that sort of like heightens that animalistic feeling were all of their formations, and I thought their formations were really cool when they sort of would build like these monster-like things. Like I'm thinking about in the second this song is really hard to say like what section it was, but it's when they're dragging on their knees along the floor. There's one member standing and then three on their knees, and they're all sort of connected, so as they're moving forward it's like this mass coming at you, like a monster coming at you or a savage animal,
Like the mask that takes over them at the end.
yeah, like it's coming for you, and they're sort of like forward, and so they're like, it feels very aggressive, but not in like a I'm gonna like that sort of aggression. It's like a I am coming for you and there's nothing you can do to stop it, right until the end when they grab you, like that sort of feeling. And it's not just that one singular formation. I think one thing that's very interesting about having four people is that a lot of their formations end up being sort of leveled and also connected. So you get that sense of like this is a singular beast, savage, coming for you. Something else about the quality of dance that I found really interesting, because they do have this whole concept, and like we mentioned, you know, they stay really on brand with this like the AE concept. A lot of their movements, when they're not being slinky like a snake, are very video game like. There's a lot of very quick isolations, and it's not, if you say choppy, that sounds like I'm saying it's a bad thing. It's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that it sort of reminds me of like a video game character coming to life when they do like that thing with their head on the zzz, or like the different like knee isolation hits. So I just think that's really interesting. Like they're so embedded in this concept, and I think that's what sells a lot of their songs, because they are pretty experimental when it comes to their sound and to their style. And so it's like the fact that they have embraced it so fully really sells it. So that's all I gotta say. And it's turn!
Okay, so now it's time for my comments, and where to begin? I think we said it in the reaction too, but like overall the song feels a lot lower, kind of, not low energy, but like instrumentally for the most part, like it's very minimal. Like you just hear the different sort of like percussive, like clink sounds around for most of the sections of the song, like the different genres that they go into. So that was like really interesting. And even when they do the more melodic like singing parts, like not just spoken but like singing parts, if I just compare it immediately back to Next Level, once again not energy level, but like the notes that they're singing are a lot lower, just like the pitch itself, from what I remember, which I think is really interesting, considering like if you even look at like the colors of this music video, like the sets that they're dancing in, they're a lot darker, it's a lot more ominous, until they get to that one part where it's like, it looks like we passed all the levels, but maybe not by the end of the music video, who knows. So I thought that was really interesting, because also like the different genre changes again, that's like become very much a part of their sound and style, like experimental as well. Although in my opinion it was not as drastic. I feel bad for comparing it to Next Level, but like
it was too big of a phenomenon to not compare it.
So they aren't as drastic as Next Level was, but they are still like clearly very distinctly different. I think it felt less drastic because the overall like vibe was more grounded for this song. That being said, like as your girl is a singer, I do enjoy the more like melodic singing sections of the song more. I think I said in the reaction like, oh, background Oz or whatever at one point. I think it was specifically like Mingming's part. I really liked those sections because it also feels like a little bit more delicate, sort of like foreshadowing the like moment at the end, and like the animation style changes and the butterflies are there where it seems like they won the game that is happening. I don't really understand this aespa Kwangya world that much, you know? But it's like really pretty. She has a beautiful voice. But also, like, the background ahs add a lot because, like, in other moments of the song, like, the instrumental isn't really melodic, but that section brings it in. Also, the ahs add a really nice texture. It adds this, like, otherworldly feeling, like I've said before. Like, the voice, the haziness of it layered together adds, like, this sort of cushion, like, haziness in your head. Also, I noticed the outfits change there, too, because it becomes a lighter color. Very clear distinction in the song, the visuals, everything combined. So yeah, that's all I had to say. But it is my turn to TLDR for this reaction. So TLDR is, first of all, congratulations to aespa on their comeback. And we were really intrigued to see what they would do after the ridiculous, insane phenomenon hype that was Next Level. Once again, they're sticking with their experimental sound style, true to the storyline concept that we're trying to understand. It's a little bit difficult for us to understand. So if you would like to explain it to us, please feel free to do so in the comments below.
That being said, if you also were really excited for this comeback, if you want to talk more about aespa, about K-pop in general, then feel free to come contact us on our social media linked in the cards. And as always, if you enjoyed this reaction video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!